To the women in my engineering classes, while it is my intention in every other interaction I share with you to treat you as my peer, let me deviate from that to say that you and I are in fact unequal. Sure, we are in the same school program, and you are quite possibly getting the same GPA as I, but does that make us equal? I did not, for example, grow up in a world that discouraged me from focusing on hard science. Nor did I live in a society that told me not to get dirty, or said I was bossy for exhibiting leadership skills. In grade school, I never had to fear being rejected by my peers because of my interests. I was not bombarded by images and slogans telling me that my true worth was in how I look, and that I should abstain from certain activities because I might be thought too masculine. I was not overlooked by teachers who assumed that the reason I did not understand a tough math or science concept was, after all, because of my gender. I have had no difficulty whatsoever with a boys' club mentality, and I will not face added scrutiny or remarks of my being the diversity hire. When I experience success, the assumption of others will be that I earned it. So, you and I cannot be equal. You have already conquered far more to be in this field than I will ever face.
So, when someone says that, you need to hire more women, it's more like, do we hire women because you're a woman, or do you hire a woman because you're competent? So, it's an interesting balance that you have to, companies have to play, I guess, sometimes.
The ratio would probably be around 20% female and then 80% male.
In the past few 3 quarters, I've had 5 female students versus like 25 male students, so which is a significant difference.
There's a lot more males.
When starting from high school, students have the tendency to have teachers as their role models. They like somebody and they want to be like them, and if they see that their female teacher had been an engineer and came back to be a teacher later on, then that's a sort of encouragement, but that rarely ever happens.
I know in high school they don't really mention engineering as an option at all. My high school teacher, one of my high school teachers mentioned engineering, and at that time I was like pretty pre-med, so I was just like, oh well, that's funny. I have to go back one day.
It was just much harder for me as a female faculty to make a point versus one of my male colleagues who might have, an equally important point to share, or not even as important. But, yeah.
Starting from a young age, since men are encouraged more, or boys are encouraged more to play with Legos, it really helps them in engineering because they can picture things in 3D way better than females can, and it takes, usually that's what I've noticed, and it takes females a bit more to try to picture things in 3Ds and structures.
One of my co-workers, so both the husband and the wife, they actually were working together, and now they're not with the company anymore. But what happened is the woman actually had a kid, and she pretty much gave up for some time. So she's taken a hiatus for 1 or 2 years probably, I'm thinking. I met her very recently and she's still not working, so I'm thinking she's taking care of the kid.
I think I still have certain people in my family that think it's a guy's major, but then it doesn't matter because when I'm making more money than them, it's not gonna really matter, right?
I personally don't understand, especially in my company, because I've seen the way people are. So I can't even fathom how can, when a woman comes and if he's equally competent, why they are not picked up. I can't think of any reason why this happens.
I've been guilty for showing my grade off just to a guy once because he deserved it. He didn't get a good grade.
Things are changing. nowadays, like in Seattle, the crowd is different, especially the immigrant population. Most of the immigrant population, males, females, they are both in STEM.